explosions from the terrorist group called Hezbollah occupying southern Lebanon, shooting the Galilee, explosions right near my house in the Galilee where my family lives, and it's just wrong. You can't live like that. And will there be a full-on war any day now with this terrorist group illegally, taking over Lebanon, illegally shooting, illegally occupying southern Lebanon? And what's going to happen? I don't know. Everyone's really, really on edge. They're on edge. Could it all blow over? Maybe somehow there'll be some sort of deal that is done with them, and then there might be a hostage deal that's coupled with that, with the Hamas, and they release some hostages. I just don't know. But I will say that this extremism, this violence, it just can't continue. I look over to Nigeria. My father-in-law, he goes to Nigeria, and I look at what happened there. 18 people killed in Nigeria. The Boko Haram extremist Islamic group claimed responsibility for these people killed in these explosions. 18 people were killed, 19 people seriously injured. And so what happened is it was targeting a wedding, a hospital, and a funeral. And what happened? It was 3 blasts, right? And there was a woman with a baby strapped to her back, detonating explosives in one of these locations at a wedding ceremony. And she blew up herself and a baby with an IED. I deal with IEDs. I'm Yahalom, And that's not cool, and that's not allowed. We will not let the free world digress into full-on anarchy, apocalyptic, barbaric, blowing babies up. No, that is not allowed. You see what I'm saying? We're all for what is that called? Coexisting and dwelling in peace with all men, but not with this radical Islamic terror. No way. These jihadists, we will not put up with it. I don't know about your country. And you have representatives like Rashida Tlaib criticizing the vote done by the House of Representatives, passing a measure saying that they're not going to allow for the fake jihadist numbers of the Hamas to be the ones used by the United States. Fake numbers, of people who died, babies who died. No, they're not going to let that happen. And so she's going and saying, no, that's not right. You should use their numbers, their fake numbers. And it's just ridiculous how Hamas always does this. They lie and say, 500 people, civilians killed. What they did in the massacre in Jenin when only 52 people, terrorists, were killed. About the Al-Ahli hospital, they said 500 civilians were killed in Gaza. Total lie. They shot their own hospital, the PIJ, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, and it was about 50 people died, and they shot themselves. So the truth has to come out. And Rashida Tlaib, and that's just one of those things is, why do we give voice to people who are siding with terrorists? I understand free speech. I get it. But I just want to say right now, as we're dealing with we're the plumb line here for the world. Channel 12 says that the jihadists we're dealing with in the north, not just in the south with Hezbollah, not just in the south with Hamas, but in the north with Hezbollah. Channel 12 says that underneath the Rambam hospital, the northern, Galilee's largest hospital, we're prepared for an extreme scenario where you have a missile impacts every 4 minutes, just bombardment, dozens of missiles every 4 minutes for about 50 to 60 days. So they're going to be treating people underground. They're going to treat in parking lots people for 2,000 patients, 24/7 operating rooms underground. Haifa is preparing 16 underground parking lots to serve as a place like a bomb shelter where they can hide from the missiles. And when I look at all this and I feel the tension and I feel the stress and I feel the... I talked to my team and I said, courage must arise within us. Courage. Be strong. Joshua commanded the officers, saying, pass through the midst of them and say, prepare yourselves, because we're crossing over to the promised land. God is giving it to us. God is watching out for us. And so I just as the Jewish immigrants run from anti-Semitism, come home, be strong and courageous. Don't be terrified of them. Don't be afraid of them. The Lord your God goes with you. He'll never leave you and never forsake you.